All right, friends, here we find ourselves zooming into Bay City, where we are about to go and meet K9 as he walks the streets at night. He happens to be right now in the South Side neighborhood, which is the roughest neighborhood of all of the Bay City neighborhoods, just to the south of the old market area of downtown. This is where all the bad stuff goes down, and K9 is a regular.
Rough.
We find him on this particular night. Look at that, by a fire hydrant.
You smell that?
So find yourself on that map, K9, if you can.
I'm center of the screen.
By a good old fire hydrant, as would a dog be. What exactly you've been doing with that fire hydrant is, we're not going to go into that detail right now. But you're walking the neighborhood, as you probably do most nights, on patrol in search of trouble that only a vigilante hybrid dog-human can find, sniffing it out as you go. And you're coming up to one of your favorite haunts, a little store on the edge of a block, a good corner grocer that's run by a friend of yours, or at least someone that you would hope to count as a human friend. Her name is Joy. And here we are, breaking character just for a second, with two of the players from the actual play campaign for Sentinel Comics RPG. We are doing this today to get a feeling for the system, learn the system together, and then use this video to showcase for the rest of our players how the system works. A few things about the Sentinel Comics RPG. It is a very narrative-driven game. It works in some basic structures of combinations of dice rolls to do a variety of different things. I'm going to briefly go over those things for my player here, who is playing K9. His name is Russ. When you are going to act in this particular role-playing game, you can really do only a few sets of things, but you have a lot of flexibility about how you do those things. When you're in a fight, for example, you can attack, you can defend, which is to really actively protect yourself or someone else. Or you can give a bonus, a boost, or a negative effect, a hindrance. You can think about it as two sides of the same coin, to yourself or to others. Why might you want to do that? You might want to boost a friend if that friend is about to attack a really big supervillain, and you know that you all need to have your best results to affect that supervillain. You might take your action to boost a friend, or they might take their action to boost you, or you might take an action to hinder a bad guy for the same reasons. And basically that generates a bonus or a penalty that they get on their next roll. And then finally, anything and everything that you might call a skill in another role-playing game, here you treat as what's called an overcome action, which just means there's a challenge and you're going to try to overcome it. Now, we'll see this all in play momentarily, but those are really only the few things that you can do. So there's not a lot to remember on a basic level about what you do in the game. That's just the extent of it. Now, in this particular Learn to Play session, we're not going to go into all of the various parts of the game system. That'll come later, but we're going to just get a handle for the system and how it works, generally speaking. That makes sense?
Russ, it does. Russ, yes. Can I pee on this hydrant?
Of course you may pee on the hydrant. You don't even have to roll for that.
Yes, I'm good at
it. You're naturally very good at it. All right, so let's get going. So like I said, on this particular evening, let's say it's about 10 p.m., the streets have gotten a little bit more quiet in this particular part of the neighborhood, as they often do at this time. You can hear distant sounds of sirens. There's always some trouble happening around this neighborhood. And you are just walking down the sidewalk, and you're about to turn that corner and head southward on one of the streets. And you hear what sounds like argument.
Where's it coming from, do I think?
Well, you round the corner, and here's what you see. You see Bobby, and Bobby is a teenager that is often around here on his skateboard. Exactly, there's Bobby. And he looks to be looking at something, or maybe even filming something with his cell phone, but that's not where the argument's coming from. The argument's coming from inside the store. And the door into the store is a little bit ajar, and you can almost see through the window. If you approach it a little bit further, you can, aha. So in the store, you see the following things, and you can hear them easily because, well, you have extremely keen hearing and
I hear everything,
and very keen sense of smell. There is Joy, the storekeeper that you know, behind the counter. And then there's a guy, maybe in his 30s, mid 30s, who is yelling at her over the counter about something. She looks.
I don't like it.
She looks upset, maybe a little intimidated.
Does she see me in the window?
No, she's too distracted by this guy yelling at her.
She's my friend. I like this store. I'm going to the door. I'm going to walk in.
It's slightly open, which is why you can hear things, but now especially you can hear things even better. Bobby takes a look behind him and looks at you, and he says, oh, K9, when do you have a second? Come here.
Yes.
He says, there's something going on in the park. And you can see, well, you can't see from your vantage point, but you know here by the subway stop, there's a little park just off further.
I'll take a look.
There's a collection of guys, dudes who are talking. But if you're going to really pay attention to this right now, you're going to have to focus on this and not what's going on in the store.
Yeah, no, I'm more interested in the store. If this isn't immediate, I got a friend in there who might need some backup.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute, Bobby. Don't make a bad choice here, buddy.
Oh, okay, K9. He knows you, and he.
Do I know him?
You know him. Oh yeah, Bobby's a regular in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah. Okay, Bobby. Good choices, buddy. Good choices.
Always K9.
Yep. I'll step in.
All right. Stepping into the store, you hear the following. There's this guy who's yelling across the counter at Joy, and he's yelling, this butter crunch, it doesn't taste like effing butter crunch. It tastes like chocolate turd.
I try to get Joy's attention. You all right there, Joy?
She looks over at you and looks at the guy, and he stops mid-sentence. He's about to say something else about his butter crunch. The butter crunch does look a little bit like, something that might be associated with the number 2, but that's actually how butter crunch typically looks. So there's nothing. You don't think there's anything wrong with the butter.
Tough to tell from a distance.
You don't think your sniffer would tell you right now. There's nothing untoward about this particular candy bar.
Okay.
It's just a candy bar made out of some really horrible materials. But he stops mid-sentence and he kind of puffs up and walks towards you and says, who are you? What are you? Now, a couple things. Many of the people in the neighborhood know you and know you either by your moniker K9, or sometimes they call you K.
Yep.
You generally think that people are fooled by the fact that you wear sunglasses and a hat, and they don't recognize you as a dog-human hybrid. you look exactly like a dog human hybrid, unmistakably.
Yeah.
But such is your mind. This guy clearly does not know who you are. And he is, well, let's say he's a little taken aback.
Yeah. Uh, my name is Canine. What's your name?
What's it to you? You're weird looking. Who is this guy? Says this guy. And Joyce says, he's Kay. He's my friend. This guy comes back, looks at you, says, well, I don't know what you think you're getting into here, but this is my business. You get out of here, you whatever you are.
You got a problem with the chocolate bar?
Yeah, it's like a turd. See? Points to it.
I smell it. Is it?
No, it's a normal chocolate bar.
Yeah. You can choose different chocolate bars, but that one smells about right.
He's he's a tallish, kind of lean, lanky. I am going to ask you to make an overcome check. And
Okay.
this is, in this game, an overcome check is basically the thing that one does whenever there's a challenge. So in other role-playing games, it might be a skill check or something like a skill check. In this
Sure.
game, the only time you roll dice really is if there's a challenge to overcome, but there's a challenge here that your character may not know about, and I want you to make an overcome check. So we're going to learn how you do that.
Okay.
I want you to, and I'm going to do the same thing on my screen so that we can kind of follow along. I want you to go and open K9's character sheet. And the way your sheet is organized, there are powers, which are, let's call those superpowers. Okay? There's qualities, and you can think of those more like skills, things that you have become trained at. In some cases, they're also, let's say, enhanced or naturally enhanced, but one is definitely oriented towards superpowers and one is oriented towards things you've learned to do. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then the final of the three boxes there across the top is your status box. Now, that's something we'll explore more when we do the actual play with everybody, but the status box is always either green, yellow, or red, and that's either depending on how hurt you are. So the more you get hurt, that's going to move from green to yellow to red. In your case, your die there never changes. It's just the nature of your particular character. You're always consistently, whatever, tough, ready, etc. But that dice changes either through how hurt you are or through things that happen in the environment. We're not in this particular learn to play going to use the environment very much, but I just want you to know that everything you're ever going to do in this game, you're going to pick up 1 to 3 dice across that top. And the way you do that is just by highlighting them. So in this case, the challenge that your character has in front of him is a sniffing something out about this guy challenge. So what would you say would be the first 2 dice that you might use?
So I see awareness.
Yep. So that's already clicked, but you can just kind of click it to make sure that you click it. I think you just unclicked it. So click it again. It'll turn blue. Oop, nope. Don't click it twice. Just select it by clicking it once.
Oh, on down here. Got it. Alertness.
Okay. Yep. So that's one. Let's say that's your senses. But on powers, what would the power here? What would the power be?
Yeah, there's
here?
awareness. Got it. I'm click. Okay, I was clicking the dice themselves. Now I'm clicking the icon in the box. Yep.
And you are currently at max health, so you're in the green status. So you can think about it. If you were playing at a table, then you'd have in your hand a D6 for awareness, your power.
Yep.
So that's kind of the fact that you are you're a human dog, right? So you have amazing senses. Combined with a D12, which is your highest die of alertness, which is also kind of your senses, right? But this is how well you've honed them. So now you have a D6 in your hand, a D12 in your hand, And your status die is always going to be a yellow no matter what, but now you have the green status die. So you have a D6 in your hand, a D12 in your hand, a D8 in your hand. And the way you roll them is you see where you see all three of them lined up at the very top under your name.
Yes.
Click on that.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So you rolled with the awareness die, you rolled a 5. With the alertness die, you rolled a 7. And with your status die of an 8, you rolled an 8. So that's you can think about it in front of you like you have a 5, 7, and 8 all stacked there.
Yep.
Generally speaking, in this game, you end up taking the mid result unless something else tells you to take the minimum or the maximum. And then in some interesting cases, you actually can take multiples or add them together. But this is just a normal overcome check, and you're going to take the mid result. Now, the game system, the Roll20 helps you a lot here. So if you go and hover your cursor over that 7.
Yep.
Okay, what does it say?
I got a 7 fist. I got a +2 for up arrows. I got a -2 for down arrows. 7 shield. I have a cross with the 7, and then an arrow that says succeeds, but with a minor twist.
Right. So all of those mean little. Those all have meanings, but the most important thing in this is that your action succeeds.
But with a minor twist.
A minor twist, exactly. And as a superhero game, there's always going to be potential for twists. So in this case, I'm going to figure out what the twist is right now in my head. But I'm going to say that the success that you've determined is the fact that this guy is really like whacked out on some hard drug.
He's medicated. Can I smell it?
Exactly. Exactly. K9 can sniff it out through his pores. That's how powerful K9 senses are. So you smell that this guy is on some concoction.
Goofballs.
Yeah, something. And it's making him aggressive and making him angry and confrontational.
Yeah, he's hopped up on goofballs.
The twist is that he sees you smelling, like literally you're sniffing right into his face.
I really am.
And he presses right into your grill, and he's like, what, you some kind of mutant or something?
We're all mutants, little man. How high are you, buddy?
I'm not high. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I can smell different.
Joy pipes up from behind the register and says, he can take whatever candy bar he wants. Just go away. And the guy snaps around and says at Joy, I'll leave when I'm done here, you. And he looks back to you, K9. And he says, I'm going to get my candy bar, and I'm going to get some beer, and I'm going to get one of those tuna sandwiches, and I'm going to take whatever I want, and I'm going to leave here, and you're not going to stop me.
No, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be in your back pocket until you're out of the store.
Joy does not look particularly pleased about the idea he's going to take the whole shop with him. She's like, maybe just the candy bar?
Yeah, I nod at her. That sounds agreeable. I think you're being nice, Joy. You know how nice Joy is?
What? Who's Joy?
My friend behind the counter who you're intimidating and freaking out because you're hopped up on goofballs.
I'm not on goofballs. He kind of whips around and yells at you again.
Yeah, we could have this conversation outside. I think that might be better.
He grabs a couple candy bars and says, fine. And he goes marching out.
Great.
Joy breathes an obvious sigh of relief.
I got you, sister. You're all right.
The guy standing there.
All right, man. You've done your shopping. You got what you came for the most part. I think you should go and write a song, maybe a poem, something harmless in your life.
Make another overcome action.
An overcome action.
So
Stand by.
we're going to open your screen again.
I'm opening my screen.
So again, no.
Oh,
I'm
imposing.
I'm asking for an overcome action. You've probably already figured out what it's related to. You're trying to. The challenge in front of you is to get him to go away,
Yes.
presumably without a fight. So what are you going to pick?
So for qualities, I would pick imposing.
Makes absolute sense.
And do I need a power as well, or just imposing?
You always need a power. If you don't have one that seems all that relevant, you default to a 4-sided die.
Okay, so it's imposing and maybe awareness or vitality.
Or strength.
Or strength. That's a good point.
You're a big, beefy dog.
I can puff up a little bit. I can do that.
Yep.
And then I press the 3 dice icon.
That is correct.
Let's rock this sucker.
All right. So you rolled those 3 dice, and your results are 3, 5, and 6. So now you tell me what your overcome result is.
So 5 is mid.
Yep.
Succeeds, but with a twist. Same with 6. Succeeds, but with a twist under green. Minimum is fails or succeeds with a major twist.
Right. Now, which one are we learning is going to be the default one unless I tell you different?
The way I see it, it's mid.
Yes, it's
Succeeds,
always going to,
but with a minor twist.
It's always going to be mid.
Yeah.
Unless I tell you otherwise.
Something drastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would be inclined to mid here.
Well, it has to be mid. Like the way the rules work, it's going to be mid all the time unless unless I tell you, unless either a power you're using or something I tell you, is otherwise. So you're always your eye is always going to go to the mid die result.
Okay.
And so here again, you have a success but with a minor twist.
Yep.
In this case, I'm going to say that the minor twist is that, just smelling this guy's jacked up pheromones and the amount of narcotics and various drugs coming off of him.
Goofballs.
Yeah, it's definitely unpleasant. And so the way I'm going to represent this here, and I'm opening your character sheet to show you, is I'm going to take away a couple of your health. Now, that doesn't mean you've gotten hurt. It just means your health is more representation of your total, stress level in general, like hit points a little bit. So you're a little stressed, and because you're a little stressed, I'm going to take you down by 2 health points. So I'll let you take your own health down, but just you can see little arrows up and down. There you go.
Got
there,
it.
Exactly.
I did it.
So you sort of breathe a sigh of relief as he goes huffing and puffing away.
Yeah.
And turns the corner and leaves.
Okay. I'm going to let him, and then I'm going to go to the corner and watch him.
Okay, he's gone.
Okay.
He goes away.
I come back to Joy. You all right?
Oh, K9, thank you. I was worried he was going to explode. He didn't seem to have a weapon or anything, but he'd been just yelling at me for minutes. I'm so happy you came by.
Happy to be of service. I'm going to linger around the neighborhood a little bit if he comes back, or we'll try and keep it a clean, eventless night.
All right. Well, thank you. And she goes back.
Yeah, you're welcome. Come back to Bobby. Is he still filming the party?
Yeah, and he's like, "Look, I think you got to see this now." I thought it was just a bunch of guys just talking. He said, but look, now here's what you see as you cross, right by the subway entrance. You've known about this gang for a while. It's they go by the overall name of the Goth Gangers, or just the Goths.
Yeah.
And they role model themselves off of ghouls and vampires and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. And they're mostly men, young men, disaffected. and they sometimes frequent Southside, but they can be found all over kind of the downtown or areas around the downtown, especially at night.
Yep.
And you've run into them before. They're not particularly dangerous, but they tend to group, and when they do group, they tend to pick on people, especially people who are down and out. And what Bobby thought he saw, obviously, and what you thought you think you see at first is just the gangers all hanging out having a smoke. But what you can see more clearly now, and that Bobby was filming, is there's a guy in the neighborhood who has some issues. People call him Ed, whether or not that's his name or not. But Ed was sitting down on the grass in the park, and they're kind of surrounding Ed and talking at him, and he is looking afraid.
Okay.
Bobby says to you, "What are you gonna do, K9? What are you gonna do?"
I never know, Bobby. These things tend to unfold in real time, son. But what you're going to do is keep your distance. You understand?
Oh yeah, no, you got it.
I don't want you getting any closer than this. If things fan out, you're going to cross the street and go the other way. Am I clear?
Yeah, totally.
Great.
Taxi goes by.
I'm going to glance down the stairs if that's the way down.
Yeah.
Or is that
That's the way down. Nobody's down.
Anybody coming?
Nope.
Yeah, nobody's down there.
Nope.
Make my way over here.
So you hear as you come closer, maybe this is the lead goth ganger right there in the middle. He says, "Yeah, Ed, you're gonna give us some of your money. I know you got some of that welfare money on you. I guess it was welfare day. You're gonna give us that money, aren't you, Ed?" And one of the other guys up here, "Yeah, Ed, give him the money, or else we're gonna take it from you in blood." And Ed, who is kind of sitting basically cross-legged on the grass, his eyes are wide. He's like, I don't have any money on me. It was welfare day, but I don't have any money on me. I spent it on some milk and a little bit of Cheerios. And the lead ganger says, "No, Ed, I think you're going to give us everything you have."
I'm going to intervene as loud as I can. Woo!
They all, and my dog in the background somehow heard that through the headphones, and he started to bark. There you go, K9, Mango the dog. They all flip around, in complete shock, and look at you.
Hey guys, might be time to move on. See, you gotta organize theft when nobody's around to stop it. That's Ed there. He's just a neighborhood guy. He's not causing anybody any harm. Why don't you guys just move along and maybe make some better choices?
"Get 'em, boys," says the Johnny Depp-like goth ganger.
Bad choice.
And now we're going to have a combat, so we can learn a little bit about that. All right.
Yep.
So combat works exactly the same as what we just did with the other dice, except you have some other actions available to you, like attack and defend. And initiative is very simple, meaning you, as a player, decides who goes when. They all act when you choose for them to act. But here's the thing. If you're the last person to act in a round, you get to choose who goes after you. So each acting, let's call it agent, whether or not that's a player character or a group of villains or a single villain, gets to elect who goes next. And it just proceeds that way all the way down. Make sense?
Okay.
So you could you could choose to go first, and then they will choose to go next, and they could decide to tag themselves next after that. So you'd go first, and they'd go twice in a row.
Yeah, I'm going to let them decide who goes first.
Well, they're going first. So here they go.
Okay.
Two of these guys, after the guy in the middle says get him, decides that they are going to get you. And they work very simply. They are just going to come racing forward, and each of them is just represented by a single dice. And I am going to roll for Gothganger number 1.
Is that the top guy?
Yeah.
The north guy or the south guy? Okay.
That's I'm just going to make it the top guy.
Yep.
Okay, so he just gets 1 die, and he rolls a 4. Now, you have a couple things available to you. One of the things about this game that is different than a lot of other games is you don't roll to attack and then roll to do damage. If you roll to attack, you're going to hit and you're going to do as much damage as the dice shows. So he's going to do 4 points of damage. Now,
okay,
if you want to, you can, if you're really worried about him hitting you, you could choose to hit the deck, which basically means you throw yourself into defensive position and try to get out of the way. You can only do that 1 time per round, and you can only do that to defend yourself. However, I'll just put it this way. He's just a Gothganger, and you choosing to hit the deck probably does not make a lot of sense from a player point of view. So you just take 4 damage. He steps forward and he basically hits you, or hits you in some way. Now he basically swings a punch, and you either take it or kind of block it, but he's still doing the damage to you, but it's certainly not going to take you out. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. The other ganger is going to also attack you. So take that. Take the 4 points off your health.
Stand by. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay. And then the next guy is going to also come forward and punch you, and he does the same. 4 points.
Okay.
Then Gothganger number 3 is going to come forward a bit, and he is going to yell at you, saying, "We've heard about you, dog man. We're gonna kick you to the curb here, and we're gonna suck you dry." Now, what he's doing is he's trying to create a hindrance. Okay, on my thing here it says the Gothgangers get +1 to their hinder action by distracting enemies with utterly ridiculous dark utterances. So he rolled a 5. So he's going to hinder you by a -2 on your next action. Okay. Well, which we'll get to in a second. And the last Gothganger is so confident about this situation, he's just going to stand there and gloat.
Okay.
Now it is your turn.
All right. How many attacks do I get? Do I get green abilities, or I'm into yellow abilities now because I'm yellow?
Exactly. Are you now into yellow?
I am.
All right. I'm going to open your sheet so everybody here watching can see. So you now have 24 hits left, and you're into your yellow, which means you get to use all of the green and the yellow.
Oh.
Okay. Now the abilities are things that are, you can call them special moves. So if you wanted to just attack them normally, you could do the same as we've done on the other things. You'd roll a power die, a quality die, and a status die. But your abilities are some of the things that makes your character really, really special. So take some time to look over things and see what you might want to do. Remember that you have a -2 because they've yelled some. I mean, it's not probably that you're really scared. It's just that Gothganger number 3 is the idea of sucking your blood is incredibly stupid and ridiculous and irritating.
Right.
So it's distracting.
What's my signature weaponry?
It's just
a big bite.
It's a D10 10 power, and narratively, I imagine that's the fact that you have a mouthful of enormous teeth.
Right. Guard dog, defend using close combat, attack using min die.
So if you rolled all your dice, you would get to attack with the die result that's the mid die, and then
Yeah,
also attack using your min die result. Basically, you're getting to do two things.
I see. Toss the chew toy, attack a minion using strength. Whatever that minion rolls as defense, attacks another target of your choice.
So that's basically grabbing somebody and tossing him into somebody else.
I'm inclined to do that. When damaged by an environment, so there's also principle of rage. Overcome a situation where you can channel your rage for good use. Yeah, I don't have any allies here. Gain a hero point. Sniffed it out when damaged by an environment, attack, or a surprise attack. Defend by rolling your single awareness die. Boost yourself using vitality. Then either remove a penalty on yourself or recover using your min die. Into the
Now,
fray. Take any two basic actions. Okay?
I'll give a little hint. If you look at Shake It
Yeah.
Off, it could be really useful right now because you have a
Okay.
-2 hindrance on yourself for something, because he's distracting you. But if you shook it off using that Shake It Off ability, you
Yep.
get to create a boost, basically creating a bonus to yourself, and then you could either take the penalty away or you could recover some of your health.
I'm inclined to do that. I might like to recover some of my health.
Yep.
So that's the shake it off ability.
Yep.
And do
So,
I need my powers and qualities for this?
well, it tells you what to do. So you start with clicking Vitality. So boost yourself using Vitality. Click Vitality, and then
Yeah.
describe what you're going to do and pick the quality die that you think is most appropriate. So here, you can think about it narratively like K9 is shaking it off and growling or whatever. You can role play it out, but so you're gonna do imposing.
Yes. Imposing. I was also looking at close combat.
Yep, that's fair.
Is there an advantage to close combat?
It's better die.
It is a better die.
I have to agree that it's the right die, and I'm going to say depends on what you described to me as doing. So they just both punched you, and one guy said this utterly ridiculous threat, but it is distracting. Now, what are you going to do? And then we'll let you make the roll.
And I get a single attack, and I get to rebuild some health.
Well, you get to boost yourself. It's like you're not attacking them right now, but one important thing is you get to go next. Or you get to choose who goes next because you went last in the round, remember?
Yes. So my instinct is to attack one of these guys.
And not do Shake It Off.
Oh, so I can't do both.
No. You only get one action around. A turn.
So I will. I'll do shake it off.
Okay,
I will boost my vitality and then.
So just describe it so I know how it looks because you've picked Vitality and Close Combat. So I just want to know what you're doing so that I can feel that you're picking your dice appropriately.
Well, what am I doing?
Remember, you're not attacking because that's this ability is basically a recovering. You're doing something in recovering yourself.
Right. Can I move?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I'd like to start tossing these guys into the stairwell. But I might want to get closer to the stairwell to do that. So maybe I can hunker down into a defensive position.
Yep.
Maybe use my long coat. Maybe draw them towards me.
Yep. Now go ahead and click your roll. So I'm going to say that you're not using close combat then. You're using Guardian of the Streets, which is both a reputation and a skill. Because you're thinking a little bit about how to deal with this situation. You're outnumbered.
I'm looking for where that is. Where's Guardian of the Streets?
It's a quality right beneath close combat.
Oh, sure enough. Okay.
That's what makes you specially canine. All right, now go ahead and click the roll.
Okay. I want to make sure I see the roll when it happens, and we go like this.
All right, let's take a look at what you got. So now let's look at the ability. So the yellow ability, shake it off. Boost yourself using vitality, which you always take the mid die otherwise.
Yep.
So your boost is a +2 boost.
Okay.
All right. So you can think about that as it's going to give you a +2 on a subsequent action. So
Yep.
if you want to write it down, you can, or I'll just keep it in your head.
Okay. Writing it down.
Then it says, then either remove a penalty on yourself or recover using your min die. Now, would you like to remove that hindrance that he gave you, which is the distracted hindrance, or would you like to take some health back?
How much health do I get back? 2 points?
You get back 2 points because it's the min die result that is the operative thing.
So I'm going to give myself hit points.
Okay, so take
my
two
health points.
Take 2 hit.
1, 2.
Take 2 health back.
Yep. Done.
All right. Now who goes next? You or them?
If what I'm going to try and do is toss one of these guys into the stairway, I'll go next.
All
so
right.
I reduce their attack numbers.
Okay, so you're going to go next. Now you still have this -2 distraction from Gothanger 3, but you also have a +2, so they're just going to nix each other out.
Yep.
Okay, so he distracted you, but you have recovered at least mentally enough from their onslaught, and now you may go. So what are you going to do?
So strength and close combat or imposing?
Well, what do you want to do first? Describe to me what you're doing.
I want to grab this guy.
Yep.
And throw him over the railing and into the stairs.
Sounds good. Now you could do your green ability, toss the chew toy, which you attack one of them and toss one of them into the other, but that's not throwing one of the guys over the stairs.
Yeah, let's do that. That's close enough. It's a toss. I'm in a tossing mood.
Exactly.
Woo!
So
sure, let's do that.
Toss the chew toy.
Toss the chew toy.
Attack a minion using strength and close combat. That's fine. All right.
And close combat. Okay.
Yep. And then
I click the box.
Well, you should really have your yellow die selected, even though it's not. Oh, actually, now it's back to green. Now it's back to green.
Back to green. I did that on purpose.
You're right. So go ahead and roll, and we'll see what happens.
Rolling. All
right. So attack a minion using strength. Now we're going to have the minion make his defense roll. Which guy are you grabbing to throw into the other guy?
I want to try and separate them, and I got to keep an eye on Bobby. So I'm going to throw the northern guy into the southern guy, and hopefully they'll land up further south.
All right. So you're going to grab Gothganger 1 and attempt to toss him in to Gothganger 4.
So they get a defense roll. I did not get a defense roll.
What it really is a saving roll. So what you've already done is you've inflicted 6 points of damage on him. Here's how his defense roll works. He's not defending so much as trying to not get taken out. So he's going to roll his defense roll, and that's just a single d6. The only way he doesn't get knocked out by you right now is if he rolls a 6.
Got it.
Because you rolled a 6 on your mid die.
Totally checks out.
He did not. So he rolls a 3. So you know that this guy is going to get knocked out by your action. Then Gothganger 4 is attacked with the result of 3.
Right.
Do you follow me?
Yeah.
And Gothganger 4 is going to make
the chew toy.
He's going to make Gothganger 4 is going to make his defense roll. Okay, he does defend, but he is going to be reduced by 1 die from a 6 to a 4.
Yep.
Okay. So you can describe what happens if you want. You grab Gothganger 1, and he's going to be out, but Gothganger 4 gets hit, doesn't quite get taken out.
So I'm growling at the top guy as I grab him, and then I throw him into guy number 3.
He's knocked completely senseless and falls unconscious. Gothganger 4 is not knocked completely senseless, but is staggers.
Yep.
All right?
I'm going to try to continue to intimidate them, to encourage them to give up.
Well, it is their turn now because you went.
Yep, fair enough. Yep.
Gothganger 3 is going to run up and pulls a little knife out. It doesn't really change what happens. So it's not like it's suddenly more dangerous. It's just they're getting more serious.
I like him less.
Yeah. He is going to give you 5 damage.
Yep.
And Gothganger 4 says, oh, he punked Nick. He punked Nick. That's what he yells. You presume Nick is the guy with the tattoos all over his head.
Yeah.
And he is going to, he's hurt, but he still rolls a 4, so you take 4 damage.
Okay.
And Gothganger 3 is backing up close to Ed. All right. Now, you went first. They went second. They are going to choose to go next. Now, let's take a look. We have a sense of where you're at. You got 17. You know, you're 17. You're not quite in the red yet. But you can see that combat in this game moves really, really fast. Meaning you're not going to have like a 20-round exchange with anybody because you'll be out. And, you know, you're a street level hero, and these guys are guys with knives and everything, and they're going to town on you, but still you're only half down. Okay, Gothganger 3 who has a knife, he's going to try to stab you again.
Yeah.
Now remember, you can decide to hit the deck if you ever just really don't want to get hit.
Oh man. Yeah.
But that's only, you can only do that one time around.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 damage.
So that's 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
And then Gothganger 4, but he's only rolling a d4.
Yeah.
1 point.
Yay. Okay.
Now
I'm inclined to
now it is your turn.
Toss the chew toy again.
You can.
I'm going to throw 3 into 4. No, 3. What their numbers again?
Yeah, that's 3, and below him is 4. The 4 is a little roughed up.
So I'm going to hit 4 with 3.
You, from a game's perspective, you probably want to do it the other way. And the only reason why is Gothganger 4 is now only rolling a d4 for things, which means that since he's only defending with a d4, he can't do as much potential damage to 3. Because remember, the guy's defense die becomes the attack. So you probably want to grab the fresh guy and toss him into the non-fresh guy. Although it really doesn't matter.
The fresh guy's up top, though.
And he's got the knife in his hand, yep.
So I'm going to grab knife guy and throw him into wounded guy.
Get all your selection ready and go ahead and roll it.
So that's going to be strength. And then is it close combat?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
There you go. Okay, so again, you're attacking with your mid die, which is the 6.
Yep.
And so Gothganger 3 is going to roll defense against 6, which is very difficult for him to resist.
Right. Nope.
So he goes, you pick him up and smash him into the other guy.
Yeah.
But he's only going to do 1 damage with his defense die. But the other guy, well, he's still up. Actually, this is one thing where I'm probably going to cut this out of the eventual thing. I need to know if a minion gets hit, does he still degrade? Hold on, give me a second. That's a good question. Yeah. No, he's still there. Okay. So 3 goes smashing into poor 4, who's already been the subject of a smash, and the guy basically bounces off of Gothganger 4's chest, and Knife Ganger is out, and this guy's stumbling backwards. And you can choose who goes next.
I will choose to go next.
All right.
I don't suppose I can throw this guy into this guy.
Sure you can.
I don't want to hit Ed.
Well, that is a risk. That is a risk. So that
So
might
can
not
I step forward?
might not be your best option.
Right. La 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 la.
Don't worry about this game does not use hex or movement rates. Basically, I just have to, as a game master, decide how far you can go.
Right.
And you're fast. You're a human dog, after all.
I am. I'm reading what's available in red. Be more than humanly capable, like an extreme feat. I think I'm just going to attack this guy.
Go for it. But what are you going to use an ability, or are you just going to make an attack?
I'm going to use strength and close combat again. I'm going to step up to him, and I'm basically...
It's going to punch him in the face, or...
Yeah, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Okay. So you step up, and you deliver a massive fist with some dog hair on it.
Yep.
And he cannot beat that roll because he's now just at a die 4. So you step up and basically sock it to him, possibly dislocating his jaw. He goes flying backward. Because you're much more strong than a normal human being. And he flops to the ground.
Can I move, or is my turn over?
No, you can move. So as you move over, you notice Gothganger 2 is holding Ed by the scruff kind of his jacket and has a gun pointed at Ed.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, back off, doggy. And you hear Bobby from over there say, oh, is this the time I should go across the street, Canine?
Yeah, yes.
He goes a little bit.
I'm going to start moving towards him.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to convince him to run away. There's no way this ends well for you, you teenage failure, cosplay punk.
Make an overcome action.
Overcome.
So remember, we did this the first couple of times. You're trying to convince him to back down. You're trying to intimidate him.
Imposing.
So, that sounds reasonable.
And awareness.
How would be awareness, do you think?
I'm not using strength.
No.
Is it vitality?
Well, that would be your toughness, which is possible.
And I can't use signature weaponry because I'm not attacking.
Why not? You could be opening your jaw and showing him the massive canine teeth you have in your jaw.
Yeah, and I'm going to drool.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to eat you guys. That's how I get rid of bodies. Let them go, run away.
See? Makes sense to me.
Yeah, okay.
Roll it. And as we know, it's always going to be your mid result in a normal situation.
Yeah,
So in this case, succeeds with a minor twist. Now, just because
yeah,
we're at the end here, I'm going to say like a major twist could be you succeed, but he shoots Ed or harms Ed.
right,
Okay.
right.
I'm going to say he doesn't, that isn't what happens, but he, um, he grabs Ed's wallet and it kicks Ed forward and runs away saying, we'll get you back, dog man. And he scurries away. So the minor
Arf,
twist in
arf,
this
arf.
the minor
Arf,
twist in
arf,
this
arf,
case
arf,
is
arf, arf, arf.
as he hears you barking at him and jumps over a little low wall on the other side of the park and runs into the distance. You know that the goth gangers are now out to get you. That's the minor lasting twist, along with taking Ed's money.
Everybody's out to get me.
And,
Ed, you all right?
I'm okay. I'm okay, Kay. I'm okay. I didn't have any money in there, but he had my driver's license.
Well, we'll go down to the DMV. We'll get you set up with a new one.
Oh,
Ugh.
Kay, you're the best. And you can hear Bobby and Joy are overstanding at the edge of the store, and Bobby's been filming the whole thing, and Joy is smiling and kind of clapping.
Maybe we can get Ed something to eat here. Joy, can you set him up?
Oh, of
Maybe a
course,
sandwich.
of course. And you guys
How
walk
do
up.
I recover from my wounds?
Aha! So we'll do that, and then we'll do a little bit of a recap, and then we'll be done. So
Okay.
at the end of a combat, there is the ability to basically take a recovery scene. We're not going to do a recovery scene right now because that would involve like you going back to your residence and recovering. But you could do that immediately after the combat in most situations, right? So you would
Yep.
you would go back and take a scene of recovery. And technically, it's part of a montage scene. So if you think of comic books or superhero movies,
Yeah.
it would be you going back to your garage or the place where
Right.
where you're hanging your hat,
Yep.
and you tape yourself up and you splash water in your face, and it's a scene that allows you to recover. But we're not going to do
Okay.
it. But you could recover, effectively right after this combat. Plus, you could recover having some food from Joy's store.
But if I was on a mission and had to chase guys and I was part of a group and I didn't have that time, I would have to carry on with my 11 health.
You would exactly have to carry on with her 11 health. Other people might have the ability to give you
Oh,
back some health,
make
for
me feel
example.
better.
That's right.
Yep.
So there are ways you can recover health, but you're right. Meaning, if you don't have the chance to have a montage scene, then you have to just carry on with the health you have.
Right. Right. Okay.
All right.
Well, I might get some ring dings and go back to my doghouse and feel better.
And feel better. All right. So that's the game, and that's basically. There's a few more odds and ends in how the game works, but that's for the most part the entirety of the game system. As you can see, it's very narrative based. I mean, there's dice, but it's not tactical. In fact, most of the time we play with all the other guys when we get the group together, we're not even going to have maps. I'm going to draw them kind of freehand
Oh,
because in many cases you're like, imagine if we were playing on this map and one of the characters was a speedster like the Flash. How am I going to possibly keep track of that on one
right.
map? You're going to be zipping
Right.
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 So for the most part, you know, it's not like a lot of other games like D&D that are very tactical. It's very flowing and very fast.
Yep.
And you know, and basically, you know, you did away with a whole group of thugs yourself without too much trouble, but you know, you
Right.
got a little nervous there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Very cool.
That's the game. Sentinels Comics
Yeah.
RPG. So that's how it works.
Yeah.
And
No,
with
we're making friends. We're making enemies. We're
exactly,
we're we're figuring out who our allies are and who are not. Um, yeah, I'm ready to once I feel better to go back out in the street and sniff around.
exactly. All right.
Yep.
Okay, now we're done. But
Yep.
that's the game.
Got it. Cool.